Good afternoon. Please, I said good afternoon. Yes, we apologize for the short delay after the main break. And respectfully, those at the far end, please, madam, those at the far end, if you can move closer. If you can get closer, yes. It's for the sake of the cameras and the conversation, so that those who are moving in will occupy the back seat. They tend to interrupt the presentation and the cameras by walking across the cameras, and it disrupts the whole program. So please, those at the far end, respectfully, kindly get in and fill the empty spaces. All right, thank you. So we move into the afternoon session of the program, and we'll do 2 presentations and then close for today. We'll do 2 presentations and close for today. In the first part of the program, there were some important persons among us, for want of word, who were not introduced to the audience. And time permitting, that presentation or introduction will be done in the course of the program. So without wasting much time, we're taking the first presentation for the afternoon. And it will be on the topic, understanding the institutional mindset and innovation ecosystem of the technical universities in the era of entrepreneurial university thinking. And we'll be having a presentation by a professor in academia with a background in sustainability and finance. So please join me with a welcome applause as we invite on stage Professor DeGraft Owusu Menu. Prof. DeGraft Owusu Menu, to do us the honors by the first keynote address. Prof, you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon. I would like to welcome you back to this afternoon session. Before then, I would like to acknowledge the Vice Chancellor's, Professor Chair, permit me to acknowledge the Vice Chancellors present here and all dignitaries. And to you, the audience too, for want of time and because of lack of your backgrounds, I would like to say, let me address you as distinguished, high-profile academics and industrialists, because we have in our midst here both academia and industry here. I asked the MC not to introduce me, because I will do the introduction myself in the course of the presentation. It's for a purpose. Today is a refined time for us to meet again. We've met before, I mean some of you. And I'm so glad that I have gotten the opportunity again to meet you. I have some fathers here. Biennial Technical University, Kumasi, Cape Coast, Home, and all that. And I also have students amongst you who have become doctors and professors. Right, so I'm very proud. In this university alone, some of my students are professors. We have plenty. Guys, I hope you are doing well. Yeah, so everywhere you go, they are there. Even though I'm quite young, but God has a way of doing things. I also want to thank the LOC for giving me this platform to speak with you. It's a rare privilege and opportunity. So thank you very much, Professor Edward and your and your team. You've done a yeoman's job. I also want to thank my mentors who trained me. They are not here, but anywhere I had the opportunity, I mentioned their name because they trained me very well. I thank Professor Edward Badu at KNUST, Professor Ayakwa at KNUST. I also thank Professor David John Idris of Birmingham City University. These three guys have profound impact in my life. They really trained me well. They taught me humility. They taught me hard work and discipline. Above all, I want to thank God for preserving and keeping my life since childhood. And most importantly, I want to thank the Holy Spirit, my teacher, the one who inspires me with wisdom every day, right? To see things that the ordinary person will not see. So Holy Spirit, thank you. I know today's presentation is going to be a groundbreaking presentation for most of us, if not all. The theme for this year's conference is fabulous. It wouldn't have come at any better time than today. University, industry, and government partnership for accelerating innovation and entrepreneurship for national development. I play dual role in this team as an academic and as an industrialist. Before I start the presentation, I want to share with you my mindset that has informed my philosophy, the way I see life, and what I'm doing currently. I believe by the time we live here, all of us will have your own personal philosophy. I have two of them. Currently, there's nothing so fulfilling to me in life than reaching down to people, serving them, and inspiring them to their dreams. So I believe in service. I've served all my life. Everywhere I go, I serve. I've been a houseboy in many instances when I was a child. And then currently, what I'm working on is to make things more workable for people and granting people opportunities I never had. Some of us, we didn't have opportunities. It was God who paved the way and made it possible. So, as I'm here and I'm there, I have to make sure the things that I never had, whoever encounters me will have it. That's why everywhere in the world, I have people God has used me to raise giants globally. So I thank you. This is my philosophy in life. I'll be speaking to you on this very important topic. In fact, when I saw the schedule posted to us some time ago, I saw 1.5 hours, and I said, it is not the doing of God, but it is not the doing of man. But God wanted me to have more time to speak with you on this subject. But unfortunately, when I got around, I received an information that it was a small error but it wasn't a small error, it was a big error because I spent weeks researching, preparing, working on this topic, and then it has been cut down. Even I'm sure the way the program was delayed, it will be shorter than the 1 hour that they said I can use. But you see, we are going to talk on this subject, understanding the institutional mindset and innovation ecosystem of technical universities in the era of entrepreneurial university. Issues of mindset are issues that, let me boldly say, that our parents, everybody here has a parent, really didn't train us with growing up. So the whole Africa, we have issues of mindset by fathers, colleagues, friends. Let me tell us, before we can become, there is a need to change our mindset. Everybody, from top down. I wish the president and his team were still here because this information, some need to go to them. But unfortunately, they are not here. I'm sure after November, all of them will hear the message of mindset change, where we need to start at a point and say that enough is enough. We got to change. We got to become. We are expecting that the next global leadership must come from Africa. We may not be there to witness that, but we must start it. That is why we are very much passionate when it comes to speaking to the subject of mindset. So, my goal, principally, is to bring you to the knowledge of mindset and how mindset affects innovation, entrepreneurial activity, and institutional development. By this, I will try as much as possible to provide you with a perspective of opportunities around you and the demand for innovation and entrepreneurship. I will also lead you to understand mindset from personal and institutional perspective, and also help you to know your mindset typology. Because if you know the kind of mindset you have, I am sure that you begin to live a life that will bring the kind of development and change you all desperately desire. And then I'll also try to explain and practicalize the concept of innovation to you and help you to understand how innovation leads to entrepreneurial outcome. I'll give you one simple illustration. You see that, in fact, everybody has that innovative potential and capacity. It is everybody's gift from God, but we are not using that. And then I will try to introduce you to the emerging concept of entrepreneurial university. I'm not sure time will let us get there, but if you're able to get that point, you understand why we need to become entrepreneurial university. And particularly in this very particular time we find ourselves. Lastly, I'll offer you key policy recommendations for all of us as institutions. I'm glad the whole Ghana is here, from east to west, north to south. Everybody is here. And we have the key leadership of our technical universities here. So I'm sure the short presentation, they will carry it across and inform their members. When I was coming, I asked permission from my Vice Chancellor, and she sends a warm regards. She sends her love to everybody here. And she asked me to let you know that KNUST is still KNUST. And our vision has been always to be among the top 10 universities in Ghana. And currently, we are getting there. We are around number 19. Later, you get to know. And within our mission, we say that we want to advance knowledge in science and technology through creation of an environment for understanding of relevant research, quality teaching, entrepreneurship training, and community engagement to improve the quality of life. So my university has entrepreneurship at its core business activity, pushing the innovation to the marketplace. That is one aspect of my university. Let me just bore you a little with what KNU stands for. My university, currently, we are about 95,000 students population. That's wow. And then we have about 2 campuses and 15 satellite campuses for our distance learning programs. Our staff population around 3,496 with the statistics for male and female. We have 6 colleges with 52 academic departments running 135 academic programs at both masters and undergraduate. Our senior members, which I'm part, are in these categories. We have professors, 84. I'm one of them. We have associate professors. We have associate professors 187, senior lecturers 339, lecturers 414, and the assistant lecturers 79. Right, so that is our senior members profile. So it's not a small school, it's a very big school. Good. In terms of enrollment, every year, averagely, we receive close to 30,000 new students. In terms of ranking, globally, we rank 668th position amongst 29,257 universities. Right. And then the Times Higher Education ranking indicated that during the profiling, they used 1,799 universities out of the 29,000. Africa, we are number 19 out of the 2,389 universities in Africa. In terms of West Africa, we are number 3. Ghana, we are number 1. So you have to know and understand that our school is a big school. Oh, all subject to my staff. Okay. All right. In terms of last year, we were adjudged the best university globally in terms of quality education. That was also by the Times Higher Education ranking. And then it was done using 1,799 schools. In terms of our environment, we are the most greenest and the most beautiful university campus in Africa. That is a fact. All right, so my university believes in collaboration because we are going to talk about, because the conference is about collaboration, it believes in collaboration. It has what we call International Programs Office. That is in charge of all collaborative activities between institutions, between government and academia. And as I speak, yesterday when I called Professor Danebia, who is the Dean of the IPO, he mentioned that we have done 450 collaborations globally, involving academia to academia to industry, academia to politics. Right. Let me show you something. This is my publication record. I just want to let you know this, because so that you pay attention to the things I'm going to tell you. Because sometimes, if you don't know the person talking to you, you may think that whatever he's saying is just those things people have learned in books. This one, I have practiced it. I joined the university in 2009. In 2013, I was a professor. 2013, I was a senior lecturer. But that, I was working alone. A junior academia, fresh from university, PhD, and all that. I got my PhD in 2008. So 2009, I joined the university. I did my PhD at KNUST, and I spent 1.5 years to finish a full PhD. After wasting 2 years doing nothing. Yeah. So the PhD, I spent like 4 years, but almost two years was rubbish because I didn't know what I was talking about. But when I got my direction, because I changed my topic after 2 years, that is why I said I spent 2 years doing nothing. Right. So when I changed my topic and I got a new direction, 1.5 years, I was done. Right. So what is happening to this video thing? So when I got to university, 2009, I did myself. I was do everything. Workaholic. I didn't collaborate much. I didn't even understand collaboration. I did 21 papers. Yes. And then 3 books and 6 conferences. That gave me 32. This excludes the 12 papers I published for my PhD work. And then in between between 2014 to 2017, I became a senior lecturer. But then I started collaborating. So I did 34 papers within the 4 years, all totally 57 papers. And then between 2017 to 2017, I did 74 papers, okay, and then 10 referee conference. The total is what? 87. So this is where I became a full professor in 2022. Now, I am now a full professor. What I've seen about Africa is that when we come to this point, people become complacent. But I am a mindset person. I train people on mindset. I know the implications, complacency. I will not find myself there. We are now currently aggressively working. But in this case, I'm only mentoring, right? You mentor. It's about time you push the young men also to work very hard like my fathers did to me. Okay, so even we are almost in the second quarter of the year. We have done 60 papers already in terms of all that. So we are having about 244 papers. If you go on Google Scholar, every information as I'm speaking to you is there, clear. Right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the acknowledgement. Thank you for the acknowledgement. Look, we are talking about entrepreneurship. We are talking about innovation. I have to also let you understand that when I tell you innovation, I have practiced it. I know it. If I tell you entrepreneurship, it's part of me. That's what I do. Currently, these are some of the few businesses I run. In 2004, when I was starting my national service, I started this company, Top Technology Ghana Limited. I'm telling you, so that if you have some job, I will leave my number behind. You just call me. We will come and help you. Right? We do everything, project management, everything, engineering, everything, construction. Right? So we have training innovations. Training innovation is into training, capacity building, everything trainable. Right? I got the name from a conference I attended like this one in the UK in 2010. So when I came, I had to register a company, Training Innovations. That time, their conference was Training Innovations for architectural engineering companies in the UK. So if you are at this conference, your mindset shouldn't just be sitting down and then listening. Look around and pick ideas. Plenty ideas are here. When I got here, I saw some business opportunities that probably I'll share with you. Right. Pray that I share with you. Okay, we have business angels. Okay, we do everything business, apart from illegal businesses. Supply, installation, engineering, everything. So if you go online, you will see us there. We have Janika Agro Business. I'm a farmer. So we do poultry, fish farm. We have large commercial fish farms. And then our poultry, we have about 18,000 birds at the moment. So I will tell you how we are innovating our poultry and fish businesses, right? We have Janika Food Processing. So what we are doing now is that we are adding value to the fish. We are adding value to the birds and all that. I will show you. I don't want to rush. When we get to that point, we know. And then Igami Bakery. We run a bakery firm. It's a very big firm. We deal with organic bread. We watch for the kind of bread you eat. Right. We do organic bread, pure organic. All right. And then we have two NGOs, Green Communities International. That NGO is into everything sustainability. Those who came for our conference in March, you witness it. It's a power break, Green Communities International. And then we have another NGO with my friend and brother here, Professor Samwa. We call it Global Mindset Institute for an attitudinal change. That's the name of the NGO. If you go online, we are there. This NGO is supposed to bring a mindset shift, a mindset change in all of us. All right? So I won't bore you much. Somebody is asking a question. How can this be possible? I'm sure. How can this young man do all these things at the same time and blah, blah, and it's not like we are doing it small. All this I've told you are in large scale and they are very, very, very successful. So the question you are asking, how can this be possible? Let me tell you, there is nothing like impossibility in the sight of God. And God intentionally gave us that power to do everything that is doable. So in his word, the book of Matthew 19:26, he said, with man, this is not possible. But with God, all things are possible. What I'm trying to tell us is that irrespective of what you are doing, your source of help and strength must come from above. If you try to do this all alone, you can't. If you go back into Surah, into Quran, I study Bible, I study Quran too. So in Surah 23:36, he said, the impossible is what you are promised. I don't know whether we have imams here. Check and see. Right. The impossible is what I have promised you. So God has promised that impossibility. So why don't we stretch ourselves to that call? My father, Professor Adrian, also said that anything is possible if you try hard enough. This is what I've been working with. Everything is possible if you try hard enough. We haven't tried. That's why we are here. Now, call to action. Understanding the floodgates of innovation and entrepreneurship. This man, I hope you know him, Dr. Martin Luther King. He said this, the time is always right to do what is right. So today, as we sit here, there's no any other opportune time There's no any other time than today for us to start doing the right thing. This is the right time to do the right thing. Right. What are the right things? Let's go ahead and see what the right things are. And you agree with me that we are also not in normal times. Are we? No. We are never in normal times. We are not in normal time because we need to cope with the 21st century demands. Our current generation, this century, is full of issues. We have experienced many issues within this century. And we also experienced post-COVID-19 related, the COVID-19 that came shocked or shook the foundation of the earth. Everybody stood to its knees. And the problem still exists. Look, the fourth industrial revolution also comes with its own pressure and responsibilities. So we are not in normal times. We have a complex dynamic system of work and also increasing pressure to perform. Those of us who are vice chancellors, those of us who are deans, professors, HODs, management, whatever, there's a lot of pressure on us to deliver. So we are not in normal times. Right. And let me show us something. Because we are not in normal times, it gives us opportunities to innovate. During the COVID-19, in fact, the world, particularly America and China, raised more billionaires than before. For instance, Zoom came from nowhere to innovate the way of we do business via virtual means, and he became a billionaire. Right. So problems are there, but the problems are opportunities, are avenues for innovation. Every existing problem brings an opportunity for what? For innovation. And we complain about unemployment. Unemployment is on ascendancy everywhere we go. That's the global unemployment data up to 2020, which was picked from a World Bank report. And then we have Africa unemployment rate. Some countries, for instance, South Africa and Nigeria, there are a lot of problems there, right? And then in Ghana, they say we have 4.5% unemployment rate. I always challenge this statistics because if we look around, in real terms, it's not like that. I employ a lot of people, and every day people bring application. Every day, plenty, but we are unable to pick them, right? Look, businesses are retaining few people. Okay, businesses that initially employ a lot of people are now cutting down their staff. That means that we need to innovate and create more businesses so that those new businesses can absorb those who are being laid off, right? And technology too is also taking up most jobs and expected to even rise in the years ahead. So we need to create more jobs so that as technology is taking up our jobs, we are creating more jobs to absorb those who are unemployed. And then people are afraid to even open up new companies. Why? Because of what we call the mindset risks, right? Mindset, academia talk about it, but when they're talking about it, they decorate it, right? Politicians would decorate it. Industry, when they are talking about mindset, they are crying. Why? Because many people, when you employ them, they come to mess up your company because of their mindset. In fact, at the time, I'm just rushing through to finish the slide. But in the future, where there's another opportunity, we need to go through a proper training and to see how. So, please, let me pause here a minute. I have some questionnaires that the protocol guys, please share the questionnaires to them for me quickly. I brought only 100. So if you are lucky and you have one, that's fine. If you are not lucky, look for me in future. I'll come and help you. I'll train you, and then I'll charge you. But for this one, if you're lucky to have one of the questionnaires and you feel it, later I'll let you know your mindset, right? Whether you are A or B. At the moment you get to that knowledge of your mindset, you can now begin to take action. So please be fast. I don't want to start and go into this before they feel it. Please come and start from here. We start things. Songs will come and start from the front. Please give the leadership song for me, right? Because the leadership, when we know our mindset, then and we're able to align properly, we can be able to lead very, very well. So, as I continue my speech, you can feel it. When you feel it, you find the average score, okay? Then you put the average score in that circle over there. So there are about 23 constructs, okay? So you read it and look at the Likert scale rating and text is there. So when you finish, you add all together and strike the average, and then that will give you your mindset score. We will interpret your score. Yeah, so you keep your, I'll collect the papers back. Right, I'll collect the papers back. But you know your mindset score, and then if you think that where you are, you don't like it, then you can call for an intervention. But if you like it, you can also still call for an intervention for you to stay that way. Right. So there are simple questions. It is not examination for you to think much. You just take them and you go away. Okay, thank you. Look at this. I don't know the number of students you graduate every year, but I know my university, at least we graduate 30,000 students every year. Right. But I don't know yours. So when they finish school, they go out and ask for jobs. Hire me. Some now even write hire me behind his back. Right. I will show you. I have a photo there. When I saw this photo some years back, I used that same photo to help a young man get a job. Right. And I told him that dress like an executive. Get a plaque, put it behind you. I need a job. I need a job. When you are walking around, somebody will notice you, and he will think that you are a funny person and get you a job. He did that, and you got a job with a big company. Right. So look at this. People are looking to the daily for jobs. No jobs are coming. People are hunting for jobs. No jobs. So you mentioned about the unemployment rate, which is obvious. Look at this. Even when you are employed, low salary. It is not a joke. Right. You get a bad job and get a low paid salary, which will eventually, if you are not careful, and you stay in that bad job for a long time, it will render you poor. Right? And then also, cost of living is on the ascendancy. Poverty is rising up in Africa everywhere you go. People are so running away. They are running to England, to America. Over there, there's also fire. So there's a from fire to fire. Good. And people are calling for help. If help is not coming, then what do? You kill yourself. Yes, that's what is happening at the moment. But you see, all these are opportunities. These problems that we have, they are what? Opportunities. I'll show you why. We need solutions. So what is happening to? Okay. So we need solutions to convert these broken shells to a useful thing. Right. So can you think of any innovation? How we can convert these shells? Okay. Have you thought of any solution of helping this guy cross over this risky space? Have you thought of how we can get an innovation to bring the hidden diamonds here out? Have you thought of a solution to stop the flooding? The flooding that, if we are not careful, are going to destroy us. If you listen to news, even Dubai, almighty Dubai, was brought to its knees recently because of flooding. Right? It is still ongoing. They haven't resolved the problem. Kenya, America, and everywhere in the world, flooding is happening. Let's be watchful. We need solutions, immediate interventions to be able to resolve those. Right? We need organic fertilizers. Anyway, this is one of my products. We do organic fertilizer. We call it Danica Pet. Right. And then we need this pet to feed our farm. Right. We need innovation. When I tell you the kind of innovation we use to produce this fertilizer, you'll be surprised. Right. And the lab analysis that we did confirms that if not the best, it's among the best. So we need we need investment, a lot of money to pump into that, several millions of dollars. So I'm welcoming partners, those who are here. If you can come, you can do business together, right? Now, the reason why we don't see these opportunities is that we always find ourselves complaining. Why do we have to complain about everything? It's a mindset issue. We complain about everything. So the moment we begin to complain, we cannot innovate. We cannot think beyond the box. So we remain there. So please, let us avoid or stop complaining, because complaints will not bring us anything. It will rather stop us from innovating, stop us from thinking. Right? So we shouldn't do that. And the worrying thing is that those who complain on everything, okay, in the moment you complain about them, they become you become their enemies. Right. Even as we are here, I know, because I've studied psychology, even though I am not a certified psychologist. I didn't sit in the classroom for people to teach me psychology. I know the subject. When I see the way you even smile, I can determine your direction. Do you understand? It's there. Right. So people have come to this conference not because they want to come and learn. They have come here just because they want to come and criticize. They want to come and criticize the vice chancellors. They want to come and criticize everything. Right. People like, that's their motive. They want to come and rubbish everything and go. Right. So that's why they have. So let's stop complaining. Complaining is a mindset problem. Right. It's like a cancer. It destroys innovation. Right. And complaining leads to what we call the butterfly effect. Have you heard of it before? It's a psychological term, butterfly effect. And I'll pick it up later if you have time. Or let me address it here. So that when you get there, I'll just move on. Right. Look, the minute thing that we think we are doing, whether negative or positive, has a rippling effect. Right. So the theorists behind the butterfly effect suggest that when you promote a positive action, it leads to positive rippling effects. In the same way, when you promote negative reactions, promote negative actions, it leads to what? Negative reactions or resource. Right. So, for instance, let me use what happened today or what has happened that has led our time this way. Okay. When we said we broke for the lunch, the MC said 30 minutes, right? Or you didn't say that. You see, because of the mindset issue. Mindset. 30 minutes, and you came here 2.5 hours or so. Right. So it's also what a mindset issue. You see, because of that, he has brought me that is 10 minutes. I have not heard. In fact, I have to exhaust my slide before I go. That is the fact. So come and take your thing away. Because you see, have you seen the butterfly effect? Have you seen it? Yes. Come in this time, you didn't come. And that action alone has delayed the program for 2.5 hours. Right. And for you to benefit from the information, this information I'm going to share with you free. When a month, those of you are going to invite me for consultancy, if you don't have money, don't call me. Right. Because when I come and I'll charge you in a day. Right. And you pay. Because it's a very important subject. It's a subject that's not taught in the classroom. It's not taught. The psychologist teachers don't teach these things. Right. So when we mount this kind of event, people pay, and they pay very high. And we are going to miss this information because of butterfly effects. Do you understand? So later we will speak more into it for you to get it better. Look at this. Opportunities around us plenty. The current global economy, the whole world, our economy, is around $103 trillion. Ghana economy, and this is projected that this year it will increase by 3.1%. That will take us to $108 trillion by the end of this year. And America alone controls about $27 trillion of the global economy. Look at that. Do you know why? Because every American who enters college is trained, their mind is trained to become an entrepreneur. There are thousands of American companies in Ghana, here, as I speak. I would say that the most successful companies in Ghana or in Africa are American exported companies because they are always innovating, thinking entrepreneur. Right. Good. And then these are the top 10 economies in the world. China is chasing America. $17 trillion economy. Right. China used to be a developing country like us 40 years ago. When they decided to change their thinking, change their mindset, everything changed. So 40 years down the line, look at them. Now America is even afraid of them. Right. Because they know that China is going to take over the global leadership. Let me tell us, we too, Africans, we can do it better. We can, because we started the whole civilization process. So why are we here? We are here because of our mindset. And we haven't made an attempt to change. But to me, it's about time we started changing. And the change must be quick. My Professor George Ofori, I met him last time. I told him, Prof, this is what we are going to do in November. And that we expect that there is a mindset change. And he said, I told him that it will take a while. He said, no, it cannot take a while. It must happen soon. Why? Because Singapore used 30 years only to become the kind of economy they are. Right. And look at us. We started with Singapore, but we are still at $77 billion. That's Ghana's economy. Even with this small economy, have we seen now we are having as party growth? Have we seen that? When Ghana's economy was 54 billion, But I say, it's asphalt because our economy is growing. So if we build our economy to about $150 billion alone, everybody will be okay. But we can do it. But if we don't take our mindset, if we don't think the time we got inside here, we can't. It will just be a talk shop, like we have gathered here, and we come and we beautifully talk like I'm talking. You talk, you go. No, talk shop. The change can only happen when we change our thinking, when we change our mindset, and we must do it quick. So I challenge our leadership to take this up seriously in all our institutions. Look, so the $76 billion, how much is your share? How much do you have from that? So we should begin to start businesses so that we can get the lion's share of this $76 billion economy that we have. Because of time, I didn't profile you the richest men in the world, in Africa and in Ghana. But in Ghana, the number one richest person is Charles Ampafo's empire. Charles is dead and gone, but the empire still runs. He is $1.46 billion net worth. The rest, 1.2, 1.4. And then all the rest in millions. Look at that. So if we don't have any billionaire which is competing in Ghana, competing at the Africa stage, because we are not building businesses. The little data we have, we are okay. Even that one, we are collapsing them. Okay. Let us see your mandate. The Technical University's mandate are set about you. And I realize that your mandate is this. As the minister mentioned, the mandate of TVET, as enshrined in the TVET Act, is to provide career-oriented vocational and technical higher education. Very beautiful, beautifully captured. And then let's look at your vision. Oh, sorry. Okay. Alex, come and check this for me. And your vision is to become hubs of practical education and innovation advancing sustainability, sustainable development. I think I've missed some words in that. Yes, and then your mission is to develop highly competent human capital through career-focused education, skills, training, research, and innovation. So I got curious. I didn't see any entrepreneurial stuff in it, in this, your mandate, your vision, and then your mission. So I got curious. But in fact, we are supposed to be the engine for entrepreneurship in Ghana. No any other person can do it better than us. So when I saw your vision, mission, and mandate, I got curious. So I tried to probe into all of you. And I realized that I want to find out whether the 10 PUs, your vision that you have crafted, you have embedded in it entrepreneurship. Whether the vision is entrepreneur-oriented or the mission has entrepreneurship thinking. And whether you have centered that advanced entrepreneurship. And fortunately enough for us, so many of you, even though your general mandate and stuff doesn't capture entrepreneurship, you have smartly integrated some centers that run entrepreneurship kind of programs. And some of you also have in your mission statement entrepreneurship embedded in them. And some of you also have your mission statement having entrepreneurial thinking. Kumasi Technical University was excellent. They are more aggressive about entrepreneurship. They have their vision, entrepreneurship inside their mission, and then they have a department for entrepreneurship development. So Sunyani Technical University, you have done well. Keep it up. The rest of us, we must learn from them. Right. I make one recommendation that from here, when you go home, we should review our mission, vision, and all that. It's a suggestion, right? Somebody say a recommendation. You can do it, or you can just ignore it. But if we do it and push our members to that call, let me tell us, let's give ourselves 5 years, 10 years. We are going to be there, right? Because we are supposed to do that. I will not go through this one. I try to look at the traditional university, what here university is doing, University of Ghana is doing, and people they are also doing. And I realize that they are all fabulously into entrepreneurship. For instance, in my university, we about 90% of the two academic departments run entrepreneurship modules in them, a semester or two. And we have the News Center for Business Development into Entrepreneurship. We have News Incubation Center and all that. If you go to University of Ghana, the same thing. They have centers and innovation hubs and incubators and all that. I won't talk about this. If the politicians were here, I would have mentioned that so that Akufo-Addo will be happy. But because he is not here, I will walk over it. Because when I heard he was coming, that's why I thought he'd be here. Don't understand? I thought he'd be here, but unfortunately he's not here. And I traced entrepreneurship, the orientation of various successive governments, right, up to date, what programs they have been doing. And that tells us that entrepreneurship is very key, from Warren's time up to Akufo-Addo's time, right. So if we are here, I am going to say beautiful things to make his head become big. Right. Now, let's look at, I will finish the mindset. Please, I need my questions back. Alex, take the questionnaires. Take the questionnaires. When we finish this one, I will sit down. Okay? There's a lot to be said that would have been more beneficial, but your time wouldn't permit us, and it's so unfortunate. Right. So you are going to lose the entrepreneur, but I will see what I will do. Okay. So I will finish. Please collect them for me. Please pick the ones from the leaders, and let's do this quickly. Pacho, forgive me if I'm speaking too much. My Twi is my language. I love it, using it a lot. Okay? I hope there's no any foreigner here. If there's a foreigner, you can interpret what I'm saying to him or her. Okay, so can we move on? Okay. Right. There's this Bible word, but don't let us concern ourselves with the rest. What I'm much interested in is that, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind. Be transformed by the renewal of your mind. Let's forget about everything around it. So you can only be transformed when you renew your mind. When I was talking about in psychological terms, what transformation means. They said a complete change. So we want to change from this state to another state, right? So in medicine, they said you have what you call genetic transformation. In mathematics, they said transformation function, which is a function of the object, right, and all that. So all right. So I believe all of us, everyone has gone through one or two or three of these variables. Please, you have gone through pain before. If you are here, you have gone through pain, let me see your hand. Some of you, you have when you finished your PhD, saw how happy you were. Prof, when you became prof, you saw how you were happy. When I became prof, when I got the associate, right, I was so young, and it was just wow. My brother, Professor Edinira, when we finished our PhD, wow, you taught the whole Ghana, chilling, right? Everybody has gone through beautiful life before. At the same time, bad times. These experiences, whether good or bad, have some effect on our thinking, on our mindset, on our mental outlook, right? So the sickness that you've gone through and all that will define your mindset. So in psychology, we say that mindset is a set of assumptions, beliefs, and way of thinking based on individuals' historical exposure, experience, and orientation that inform and determine one's behavior, outlook, and mental attitude. This is a definition. Let's go to practical terms. In fact, mindset, they say there are two types. The fixed mindset and then the growth. So the questionnaire that you have failed, we are going to tell ourselves, we are going to know whether you are fixed or you are growth by your score. I didn't fail the score for you. You failed it. But whatever state that you are, there's always opportunity to move from the bad state to the good state. You can also move from the good state to the bad state, right? But there is always an intervention that in future, if you call me, I'll come and help you change that. So when you talk about a fixed mindset person, you are saying that that person holds that intelligence and talent are hardwired at birth and cast in stone, which means that you either have it or you don't. They believe that if you were born intelligent, you are intelligent forever. If you were born dumb, you are dumb forever. That's it. So we let you know the implication. And then the growth guy said that, the growth mindset guy said that holds that qualities can change and that people can further develop their intelligence and talents through hard work, good strategies and input from others. Right. And one thing that I love about mindset is that mindset defines individuals' psychological capital. There are several types of capital: financial capital, human capital. What else? Prof, help me. Political capital. I'm calling for help because in this mass now is the data bank of every information in the world, right? Any information you need in this world, if you call him, we'll just give it to you. That's why I'm calling him for help, right? So it defines our psychological capital. When I talk about psychological capital, we're talking about efficacy. Your ability that and the confidence that you will succeed today and succeed what? Tomorrow. Your confidence that you have that today I will succeed and tomorrow I will succeed. If you have that, then you say you have efficacy. And then optimism, okay, is being hopeful about today and tomorrow, right? And when I talk about hope, We all live on hope, right? Persevering through your goals. Where things doesn't go well, you try to redirect your path so that you can achieve. Hope is anchored on what we call the real power and then the do power, right? And the most important aspect of mindset is resilience. Resilience. In scripture, Job was the one individual who showed resilience. Right. Let me show you some example. I define resilience as the art of thriving in the midst of adversity, and also the art of bouncing back. The act of bouncing back amidst challenges. So don't sit down and say it is over. No, it's not over. It's your mindset. Let me share with you my experience. Look at me. Have you seen me? This is me. Right? That was between the years of 2011 when I was on the job. You could try there. You could deeper, and I had an accident. And then I almost lost my life. Since then, my health deteriorated. Started deteriorating. Right? And then I completely paralyzed. I broke down. So the doctors didn't know where the problem was coming from. We went to every hospital, every test in the world, we done it. We couldn't find it. But fortunately, God provided an answer where a medical doctor used some spots on my skin to tell them this is the problem. Now, when I was bouncing back, this is me after the ordeals. Yes. And now look at me, a very, very handsome young man. Right. And this is not all. Just last year, right, there was a disease outbreak in poultry farm. I suffered losses. I lost 18,000 birds. Right. That could have broken me down completely. Right. So resilience is bouncing back. And look, listen, when you are bouncing back, you don't just bounce back small. You bounce up big time. Like Job did. Right? Job, after losing everything, when he was bouncing back, Bible said that his wealth tripled. Do you understand? So if you are sitting down here and there are some small challenges you are going through, and you think that is the end, right? Then you are making a big mistake, right? You got to have that resilient power, right? To say no, it is possible, it is doable. Who told you that it can be done? You understand? So let's move on. I want to tell you the characteristics of a fixed mindset individual, like all of us. If you happen to be a fixed mindset, these are some of your attributes. You believe that you believe in fixed traits. Intelligence is static. They give up easily. They are dream killers. They avoid criticism, and they believe that success is based on fixed traits. And then, if you are an employee of any company and you are a fixed mindset, come again. Okay. Right. So, if you are an employee, for instance, if you are an employee at Sunyani Technical University and you are a fixed mindset person, you believe that everything should come to you naturally because oh yeah, senior, maybe MBA. Do you understand? You believe that everything must come to you naturally because you are the best or you came here before everybody. And then you are also threatened by achievement of others. And then you consider status as important factor. Right. Or deeper, or because you are post-conscious, or When you are small, we say post be, all right? So if the post doesn't come to you, you become angry and you want to fight back. Such people can even kill, right? Able to make juju, not a big juju, right? Because press up position, you know, it's only fixed mindset for that does that. Okay. They mostly lie about their achievement and they spend most time gossiping, right? And they always want to put people down. You have that mentality. And then if you are a leader and you are a fixed mindset person, if you are a leader and you are a fixed mindset person, you are HOD, you are dean, a provost, you are a coordinator, you are VC, you are vice, what is the name, chancellor, and you are a fixed mindset person, this is you. They often fail to recognize positive changes in their employee. You know the guy has done well. Why don't you say, come, and just tap his shoulder, right? Why don't you mention him? You don't do that. And then they are also threatened by the achievement of their subordinates. When their subordinates are rising, then they put impediments, a blockade, right? And then they continually try to prove themselves as what? Superiors, right? And then also they claim credit for accomplishments that their subordinates have done. They will never recognize you in that accomplishment. And then prevent others from gaining power. Okay? And all that. So these are some of the... And what betides you if you are a subordinate and you fail? You say, man, this guy has low competency. He has low intelligence. This guy doesn't know how to do it and all that. Right? And then they are less likely to coach employees about how to improve performance. Right? So these are some of the... And then they also expect all employees to be perfect. Right? These are some of the issues about leaders who are fixed mindset. Now let me just move to the growth mindset. Okay, so when you look at this, we have growth mindset individuals, like everybody here, and then growth mindset employees. We are all employees, and then some of us too are what? Leaders. So if you're a growth mindset person, you always embrace challenges, you view effort as pathway to mastery, you persist in the face of what? Setback, you find lessons in failures, you find lessons and inspiration from the success of others and all that. You learn from criticism. They are often optimistic about everything. And then if you are employee too, they place high premium on learning from both success and failures. Also, they persevere in the face of struggles and all that. And then the leaders over there also have their own time as well. Yeah, I understand. Right. Yeah, so I will end here. And then the score. Alex, I feel, no, I'm going right from here. Right. So what is happening is that the score that you had, if you are, you have 3.5 score. 3.5 score, you are a growth mindset. If anything below 3.5 is fixed mindset. Right. We don't have time. If we have time, we are going to discuss that. So I want to say thank you. But unfortunately, we couldn't get to where we wanted to get to because of butterfly effect.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Please, you can do it better for him. You can do it better for him. And it should be continuous. Thank you very much, Prof. I have learned a lot. very insightful presentation. At least we need to move away from mindset that tend to complain and put on a mindset that is curious, that will create and that will generate ideas and contribute to innovative solutions. Thank you very much, Paul. Please give it to him again. We are very grateful. Yes, so at this juncture, we should have invited some questions or contributions to the presentation, but for want of time, this is what we want to do. There is a second presentation to be done, and I've seen the presentation, the very compressed one. We'll do the compressed presentation for the second one, and then beyond that, we'll break for lunch. And for the questions and contributions and opinions, we'll take it tomorrow morning. So please kindly permit me to introduce onto the stage for the second presentation, Mrs. Sarah Noko Anku. Please give it to her as she rises up stage. Thank you very much. And you are welcome, Madam.
Thank you very much, sir. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chairman, Vice Chancellors present, esteemed faculty, students, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm honored to speak to you today about a topic that stands at the very core. Can I have my topic projected, please? Thank you. A topic that stands at the very core of our quest for economic transformation and societal advancement through education. Today we explore the vital role that universities, particularly technical universities in Ghana, play in the acquisition and commercialization of technology intellectual property rights, and how this endeavor and strategic management of the IPRs are crucial to our national development. What do I mean by technology intellectual property? I mean all intellectual property that relates to any generated or invented technology from a technical university, and the rights that accrue to the inventor or the researcher who developed that technology. The rights may be patent or utility models to protect the invention. That is to say, the idea of the inventor, which in practice is a solution to a problem in the field of technology, which the technical universities usually seek to do, find solutions to our problems in society. We have the patents and the utility models to protect such inventors or creative ideas. We can also talk about the trademarks. The trademarks will be used by these inventors to market the technology that they come up with. We are also talking about industrial designs, which protects the aesthetic value of what they have done. So you may come up with an invention, but you make it appealable to the market. So you may have some designs that go with it. And then we can also talk about plant variety protection for plant breeders who come up with new plant variety, and even the copyrights that protect the related literary and artistic works, especially the published aspects of your technology. We know that universities play a crucial role in the generation of knowledge and related technology IP. Oftentimes, research results from universities are further developed into early stage technologies, which transition into useful technologies of value, and in some cases, even radical technologies of significant socioeconomic benefit. We are benefiting from some of these radical technologies, our mobile phones and internet, all those things that make our lives easier. So some of them are generated or developed from universities and technical universities like yours. Now, the acquisition of IPRs related to such technologies forms an intricate part of the technology development process in many developed jurisdictions. Statistics from such jurisdictions show how the universities have received financial rewards and recognition from the technology intellectual property rights. Curiously, universities in developing countries such as Ghana have limited success stories. In Ghana, the University of Ghana has one patent to its name. This questions whether the universities are generating the technology intellectual property rights, and if so, how are the universities transitioning the value of the generated IP into products of value on the market without losing their rights to the generated IP? How are they commercializing and how are they enforcing their technology intellectual property rights? Mr. Chairman, every year countless new inventions and methods emerge from the labs and research centers of technology universities. As prolific incubators of such innovative technologies, many universities have successfully transformed their intellectual property into commercial successes. Permit me, Mr. Chairman, to draw inspiration from some global success stories. Consider the story of Stanford University and Google. Google began as a research project by two PhD students at Stanford University. The algorithm they developed, PageRank, which is crucial to Google's search engine, was patented by Stanford, the university. The university licensed the technology to Google and received shares in return, which became extremely valuable. The PageRank algorithm was subsequently refined and developed within the university's ecosystem, benefiting from the intellectual and innovative environment of the university that the university provided. Thus, the ongoing relationship between Google and Stanford has been mutually beneficial, leading to continuous collaborations and innovations in the information technology and engineering. Another example is that of the University of Florida and the development of Gatorade. Gatorade was invented in 1965 by Dr. Robert Cade and his team to help athletes by replacing fluids and electrolytes lost through sweat. Gatorade has become a staple sports drink around the world. The University of Florida, where the drink was developed, has earned significant royalties from its commercialization. The commercial success of Gatorade has also contributed significantly to the University of Florida. With royalties, the royalties are being used to fund numerous research projects and facilities at the university, highlighting a beneficial cycle of innovation that supports both academic advancement and the business success. Again, our good old synthetic penicillin is one of the commonly known examples of university-generated technologies. Researchers from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology developed a method to synthesize penicillin, which greatly expanded its availability and reduced costs. This innovation was crucial during the World War II and continues to save lives today. In Africa, the journey is burgeoning. African universities are increasingly becoming hubs of innovation and research, contributing significantly to local and global knowledge with particular focus on health, agriculture, technology, and sustainable development, including malaria research, agricultural innovations for arid climates, and solutions for renewable energy. The universities have increasingly engaged in research collaborations with international institutions, consequently boosting their research capabilities. An example of such collaborative research resulted in the University of Ghana's patent. I believe it had to do a collaborative work between University of Ghana and some university in Japan, and they had a patent out of that. Partnerships with universities in the US, Europe, and Asia has helped in exchanging knowledge, securing funding, and enhancing the quality of research. Some African universities host innovation hubs, incubators that support startups, and stimulate technology development. For instance, the University of Nairobi hosts the C4D Lab, a research and startup incubation hub, and the Makerere University of Uganda has the Resilient Africa Network RAN, which fosters innovation in areas such as climate change and public health. In Ghana, the Design Technology Institute recently launched its own hub seeking relevant partnerships from academia and industry. These hubs do not only foster local innovations, but are also instrumental in connecting African entrepreneurs to global networks, thus enhancing their visibility and attracting investments. African scholars are also contributing to growing number of scientific publications and conferences, showing their research findings on a global stage. This increases the visibility of their work and encourages further academic practical applications of their research. However, such works have not reflected in the registration and protection of their IP, as reflected in the poor performance of Africa in the Global Innovation Index over the years. We have always been in the last position, Sub-Saharan Africa, over the years. So there could be a problem. Either we are not actually innovating or inventing, or we are not protecting, we are not registering, so we don't have the figures to show what exactly we are doing in our part of the world. Again, African universities often face challenges such as limited funding, inadequate facilities, and brain drain where talented researchers move abroad for better opportunities. You know this better than myself. Overall, while there are hurdles to overcome, the trajectory for research and innovation in African universities is promising, with significant contributions to both local solutions and global scientific progress. Ghanaian technical universities have vast potential to expand their impact from research to commercialization, ensuring that intellectual properties transition from the theoretical constructs to market innovations. Mr. Chairman, we must escalate our efforts to not only generate, but also effectively commercialize technology IP, ensuring that it translates into tangible products and services. Acquisition of technology intellectual property rights plays a pivotal role in this process by encouraging investment in R&D, as companies and institutions are more likely to invest in innovative activities when they know that there is a legal framework supporting the exclusivity of these innovations and earn returns from the inventions through intellectual property rights. For universities, commercialization may involve licensing the technologies to others, assigning the intellectual property rights, or even spinning off new companies to manufacture or to produce the technologies that you actually develop or invent from your universities. Ultimately, commercialization of technology IPRs turns the inventions into marketable products, creating jobs and contributing to economic activity. In addition, acquisition of IPRs in state-funded research-generating technology IPRs may serve as a defensive enforcement mechanism to avoid appropriation of the IPs by third parties. Oftentimes, some state-funded research is seen, maybe erroneously, as a public good. So probably the inventors or the researchers may not see the need to protect, but protecting it actually will serve as a defensive mechanism against third parties who will just pick your research results and start commercializing to your detriment. Globally, universities have successfully commercialized intellectual property through diverse strategies and partnerships, leading to innovations that impact various industries worldwide. In the US, you have the Purdue University. They have developed a comprehensive system called the Purdue Innovates, which streamlines the process of technology commercialization and startup creation. This initiative has facilitated the creation of multiple successful startups, enhancing the entrepreneurial ecosystem by actively supporting research with commercial potential and connecting inventors with strategic partners and investors. In Europe, the University of Cambridge in the UK has actively transformed academic research into commercial success through its extensive support networks for startups, including the Cambridge Enterprise. In Canada, you have the University of Toronto, which has also facilitated numerous successful transitions of research into viable market innovations, such as the development of breakthrough technologies in biomedicine and clean energy sectors. These universities do not only support foundational research, but also provide crucial commercialization guidance and funding, fostering a robust environment for turning innovative ideas into successful businesses. In Africa, there is a growing trend among African universities to not only focus on education and research, but also on the active commercialization of their innovations, which is crucial for fostering sustainable development and economic growth within the continent. Several universities have made notable strides in the commercialization of technology, turning academic research into impactful societal and economic benefits. For instance, the Rhodes University in South Africa has dedicated technology transfer office that manages their IP that was generated from the university. This office plays a crucial role in identifying and protecting IP, developing commercial strategies, and fostering university-industry partnerships, thus significantly contributing to local and regional economic development. Several other documented successful commercialization efforts by universities across Africa demonstrate how African universities are increasingly effective at navigating the complex process of transforming innovative research into market-ready products and services, thus benefiting wider societal needs. Mr. Chairman, let's turn to the strategic considerations in the acquisition and commercialization of technology IPR. The strategic management of IP rights is essential for maximizing these benefits. It involves not just protecting technology, but also strategically using IP assets to foster partnerships, create revenue streams, and enhance the overall value of the business. When universities consider the strategic management of technology IPR, several key considerations come into play. These considerations help to ensure that the potential of these innovations is maximized, benefiting both the academic community and the wider public. Some critical strategic considerations include: 1, IP protection strategy. The investors need to decide which inventions they wish to patent, consider which factors such as they should consider certain factors such as the market potential, cost of patenting, the strategic value of holding a patent. This requires a thorough evaluation of the technology's commercial viability and its alignment with the investor's goals. The investor's technology transfer office or any specialized committee responsible for technology transfer may assist in this process. Also, developing an IP policy for the university will help address the ownership rights of the technology IPRs, as well as how you're going to share the benefits from the revenue you derive from commercializing the technology. Let's look at the commercialization pathways. So you identifying the most effective route to the market is crucial. This would involve licensing the technology to existing companies, creating spin-off companies, or partnering with entrepreneurs. Each approach has a different implication for revenue generation, control over the technology, and the speed of entry to the market. It may involve the marketing of non-confidential summaries of the technology IPR. The IPR, usually you have certain parts of it as in the trade secret that are not made known to the public, but then some aspects of it may be made known to the public for purposes of marketing. So that is where you have to draft your non-confidential summaries to help you to market the technology. Now, you look at collaboration with industry. Partnerships with industry can provide essential resources for product development and commercialization. These collaborations can also bring additional funding and practical insights into market needs and trends, which can significantly shape the development process. Also, we look at the revenue sharing model. Deciding how revenues from IP, such as the royalties and licenses, are distributed among the inventors, the department, and the university is very important. Every party involved would want to know what the party will be entitled to at the end of the day, and that tends to motivate the parties involved, especially where in Ghana, or as a general principle, when you develop something, you create, you invent, in the course of your employment, it belongs to your employee. Sometimes it tends to discourage the researchers from really inventing. But where you have an IP policy that tells that, well, if you're able to develop something or create or invent, we are going to give you 5% of the revenue generated from that particular technology, then that will serve as a motivation for the researcher. So such information may be addressed in the university's IP policy. It can influence the motivation of researchers and the allocation of resources within the institution. Of course, you have to be compliant and with ethical issues, ethical considerations. Managing IP rights must comply with the national and international laws, including the TRIPS agreement, that's the agreement on trade-related aspects of intellectual property rights, of which Ghana is a party. Ethical considerations are also critical, especially in fields such as pharmaceuticals and biotechnology, where IP decisions can impact public health. Capacity building. Developing in-house expertise in IP management and commercialization strategies is essential. This includes training for researchers, staff of University Technology Transfer Office and the IP Office on the importance of IP rights and their role in the broader economic ecosystem. Long-term IP management is very important too. Universities must consider the long-term management of their IP portfolio. This involves maintaining patents, which can be costly, and deciding whether to renew or let patents lapse based on their commercial viability. These strategic considerations are integral to effectively leveraging university-generated technology IP for maximum benefits. Universities that successfully navigate these aspects can enhance their reputation, generate sufficient revenue, and contribute to economic and social development. Mr. Chairman, I wish I could discuss a bit of your enforcement of your rights, because having the rights is one thing and enforcing it is another. I'll quickly speed through that one, and then I will move to the benefits for national development, and then I will conclude. So it is enforcing IPRs forms a pivotal aspect of maintaining the integrity and value of technology innovations. We have the trade agreement that makes provision for enforcement of rights. And Ghana, being trade compliant, has also included enforcement of your IPRs in our various IP laws of Ghana. A particular mention is the Patent Act of Ghana, Act 657, which provides protection of rights for patent holders by providing mechanisms to address patent infringement effectively. We have the civil remedies that also include injunctions and award of damages. We have the criminal penalties, which you can obtain through filing a complaint with the CID of the Ghana Police Service. And then we also have the border control measures to help prevent the importation of infringing materials into Ghana and to stop it from, entering the channels of trade. Some cases of patent infringement or other IP infringements in other jurisdictions can lead to awards as high as 2.18 billion USD. The cases demonstrate the substantial financial implications and the critical nature of accurate patent valuation in litigation. So as you develop your technologies, you need to know the value of the technologies that you have developed. So in case of litigation, you know what to seek. Now, how does this affect us in terms of our development? Of course, it helps with economic growth, new markets and job creation, innovation and entrepreneurship. The process of technology commercialization fosters an environment of innovation and entrepreneurship and attracts investment. Also enhances our competitiveness and export. By commercializing the technology and securing IPRs, companies or institutions can develop unique products and services that enhance their competitiveness in the global market. This can lead to increased exports, thereby improving our trade balance as a country. It also promotes technology transfer. As you develop the technology at the university level, you may transfer it vertically or horizontally, vertically to industry, horizontally from industry to industry. Mr. Chairman, in conclusion, this is a call to action. We must foster environments that encourage practical applications of research. This involves establishing incubators and technology hubs that not only support startups, but also connect entrepreneurs with global networks. It is commendable that some technical tertiary institutions have initiated such hubs to bridge this gap. There are other resources you can find in this subject on the WIPO Academy, ARIPO. We also have this SNI IP Academy. And the technical universities are more than educational institutions, as we all agree, and they are pivotal drivers of economic and social progress through their role in developing and commercializing intellectual property. So going forward, it is imperative that we continue to support and invest in these activities, recognizing their potential to transform our society. So, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your attention and your commitment to fostering an environment where education and innovation converge to meet the challenges of our time. Together, let's move forward with a unified vision to transform our technical universities into bastions of inventions and innovations that drive national development and economic prosperity. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please, let's do it again for her. Thank you very much. And God bless you. Yes, very succinct and then insightful as well. I think that it's important that we took the presentation seriously, particularly the matter of the law and then the IPR. That as much as we generate ideas, we innovate, we commercialize them and then protect them so that we have exclusive rights to things that we have innovated and then created. Please give it to her again, madam. Yes, we are grateful. So, we'll be breaking very soon. But before that, let me do these few recognitions before we leave. There are some important distinguishing persons in our midst. And in the haste of the president's presence and then the activities, we are not able to elevate them on this platform. So important that we did that shortly, and then we get to the closing stages of the program. We have in our midst the Pro-Vice Chancellor of KSTU, Kumasi Technical University, in the presence of Engineer Professor Abena Ejewa. Engineer, I think that maybe she skipped. Abena Obiyabua. Abena Obiyabua, okay, she's not here. Then the Head of Department for Building Department, STU, Reverend Dr. Nana Adi. Rev, Okay, yes. The Director of Finance for Accra Technical University, Mr. Frank Owusu-Boateng, is also in our midst. From KSU once more, is Professor Kofi Nyakun Abibiu, Department of Tax and Math. And then the Deputy Registrar and Director for Academic Affairs, Dr. Stephen Ocheboatin. Thank you very much, Doc. Yes, this is the third session of the applied research. The second was held in Accra last year, and the presentations and papers have been put together into a composite document in the form of this book. So copies have been made available on your popular request. So we have brought them here, and at the close of this session, you can meet the librarian for Accra Technical University, Dr. Mrs. Florence Plocky. Yes, she has copies of this book around. So you see here, and then you get your copies. Very insightful. All the presentations for last year's session have been compressed into this book, and she has copies, yes, of them. Now, there are emerging concerns for questions and contributions to the earlier presentation and this one. And with profound humility, I plead with you that we do that one tomorrow. For instance, I wanted to contribute to the presentation that Prof made. For the fact that, for example, at Takoradi Technical University, the presentation was without an entrepreneurial mandate in the vision and mandate of the university. But in the operational structure and implementation of the vision of TTU, for instance, you find a fully fledged that Center for Business Development and Innovation, where there are water production side, incubation systems, and all those things. But how did they reflect in their mandate? So please permit us that we postpone the questions and the contributions to all the two presentations for tomorrow morning, the opening session, so that you keep them in the wait and then you put them on paper. Tomorrow will give you ample time for you to go through those presentations. There are a few things that we have to do. Then we break for lunch. And then I'm told there is also some evening interaction. My co-MC will do that one.
Thank you very much, Brother Joe. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a citizen of Zimbabwe, but in Ghana. I'm referring to Dr. Violet Makuku. Let's welcome her with a clap. Thank you. So, one of the descendants of the late His Excellency Robert Mugabe. May he so rest in peace. By the organizers, God willing, tomorrow we are meeting here at 9 a.m. And the 9 a.m. will be the real 9 a.m. I don't want any butterfly effect. So tomorrow 9 a.m., no butterfly effect, God willing, so that we make it to the place. As my co-MC said, God willing, all answers will be given to your questions when we meet here at 9 a.m. In fact, I have one or two. I would have asked Professor de Graaf Owusu-Mano. I'm so particular about the butterfly effect, but I'll reserve that for a bigger day. So, we may take, in the absence of any announcement, we may take the closing prayer for today, unless there is a last-minute input. Big Joe, anything new? Anything new? No, okay.
Yes, some few additions. We will go for 30 minutes lunch. Then we'll get back to do the para sessions. That will be the final activity today to close the session. So please permit this change. We'll break for, we're not going for lunch. So thanks so much for your patience. We'll break for lunch immediately Then after the lunch, we'll move into the power sessions, and that will be the finality to today's engagement. And then we will rest for tomorrow. So now the time is 4:30. Yes, now 4. So we'll do 30 minutes break, and then we'll move into the power sessions. After that one, we'll break for tomorrow. So please, may we remain on our seat as we respectfully ask our Vice Chancellors to lead us to lunch. And beyond that, wait for our Vice Chancellors to exit before we follow them. Please wait for the sake of courtesy and protocols. We wait for the key officers and the other the key officers to join them. When they exit, then all of us can follow suit and then break for lunch. Right, so as they move away for lunch, all the presenters and participants, you are moving to the D block. The D block of the university for your lunch. So the host staff, please kindly lead with the foreigners to the destination of D block. The keynote speakers and the vice chancellors are to the main restaurant. Please take note. The key officers and the keynote speakers are moving into the main restaurant, not the HCIM restaurant, but the main one. So please take note. And then we are returning after 30 minutes. All right, thank you very much.